The last step which we need to do is the actual step of denoising. What is denoising? Well, denoising is essentially starting from noise, starting from complete noise. Like in the case of images, we start with noisy images, and slowly our aim is to get to that probability distribution where the true image actually lives. If the training has been done correctly, then denoising should actually help us to recover images in that exact or in the true probability distribution space, or as close as possible to the true probability distribution space. What does it mean if training has been done correctly? Well, what it means is that if at each step of the training process we are able to predict the noise which has been added, so at each step, yeah, at each step of the training process, if we are able to predict how much noise has been added in that step, essentially when we reverse it, or when we start from noise, we will be able to get back to the true image. That's the whole idea. So if we at each step, if we are able to predict how much noise is added to make a noisy image, if we start from the noisy image, we will be able to go back in the reverse direction. So in the case of images, it's fine, right? Because in the case of images, usually the denoising might look something like this. Yeah, like this. We start from a completely noisy image and then we recover the clean image. So we start from a complete noisy image and then we recover Chinese characters as the denoising proceeds, right? But in the case of language, how does it happen? What does it mean by completely noisy image? We have already seen that. A completely noisy, or what does it mean by completely noisy text? It means that we start with a text in which everything is fully masked. So let's say this is the text in which everything is fully masked. We have a beginning of sequence and an end of sequence. Let's ignore that for a moment. But we have three masks over here. That's how the denoising process actually starts. What we have to do is that now the model is trained. The parameters of the model will not change in the denoising process. The model is fully trained. Um, so all these parameters which we have seen over here, those parameters will not change. Okay. What happens in the denoising is that we have to slowly uncover these masks and predict what was there here in the first place. Okay. So let's say we want to denoise from a fully noisy text, which is this. The way the denoising works in the case of language diffusion is through four steps. First, if we have in the forward pass, if we have time steps 1 2 3 4, or in this case we have six time steps, right? In the forward pass we have six time steps over here. If we had four time steps, for example, in the denoising process, we have to go backwards from four. So we have to go 4 3 2 1, right? So we have to start with four, and then we have to sample the tokens for each of these masks. So we have to pass this sequence through the trained model and then see what the token prediction is at each of these masks, at each of these positions. Then what we have to see is that which position is predicted most confidently, and we have to uncover these masks sequentially, right? So in the first iteration we only uncover one mask and keep all the other masks. Okay, which mask is uncovered? The mask for which the prediction has the highest confidence, of course. So let's take an example. Okay, so if this is the input sequence, we start at time equal to 4, so we start in the reverse manner. We pass this input sequence through my entire architecture, which is now trained. When I say my entire architecture, this input sequence passed through this whole architecture. So let me bring it over here. This input sequence is passed. This input sequence is passed through this whole architecture. And if I clean this up a bit, it'll be easier for you. Yeah, this input sequence is passed through this whole architecture, and here we don't compute the loss because the training has already been done, right? But what we do compute here is what's the predicted logits matrix. What's the predicted logits matrix? So let's say we have position number, we have three main positions which matter, right? Because the beginning of sequence and end of sequence does not matter. We have position 1, position 2, and position 3. So let's say the logits matrix is something like this. The logits matrix for position 1 is 0.12, 0.12, 0.12, 0.06, 0.22, and 0.336. For position 2, it is zero point 0.1, zero point 0.1, zero point 0.1000, let's say, and zero point 0.2 here. For position 3, it is zero point 0.1, let's say, same, 0.0. Now, the way it works is that, let's see. Now, for position number 1, this is position number 1, we see the maximum confidence is here. And our dictionary actually is A. Our dictionary is, let's see what our dictionary is. I think the dictionary is beginning of sequence, end of sequence, mask. Then we have A, B, and C, right? So let's actually take some different values of my, let me refresh this. Um, what I want to do here is that I want to take different I want to take different values of my, yeah, now it's working. So let me rub this a bit. Okay, and let's say the values here are such that it's 0.1, 0, 0, 0, 0.8, and zero point 0.1, and this is also 0.1, 0, 0, 0, 0.8, and zero point 0.1. Okay, so for this position, for position number 1, the maximum confidence is for token C. So we'll predict C with this confidence. For position number, so let's say this is zero point 0.1 and zero point 0.8, and this is zero point 0.1 and zero point 0.8. So for position 2 also it's C, and for position 3 also it's C. So for position, and actually the confidence, let's say it's 0.336 here. So let's change this again. Sorry for that. So let's say this 0.336 and this 0.336. Let's say everything is the same for all. So I'll just take this and copy paste it for all. Yeah. Yeah. So then I look at the token with the maximum confidence, and that's C, which is the last entry here for all my positions, right? So after sampling, my prediction should be CCC, right? But since we have just started the unmasking, we must end step 3. So this first step we should end with 3 masks. That's the rule. So when we start unmasking, first we'll end this step with 3 masks, then we'll have 2 masks, then we'll have 1 mask, and then we'll have no mask. That's the idea. So we need 3 masks here. So again we'll mask all these 3, so these 3 stay in masks. That's the output from the first denoising step. Then we move to the second denoising step, which is time equal to 3. Again, let's say position number 1, from the logits matrix we have that it samples A with maximum confidence. Position 2 we have sample C with maximum confidence, and position 3 we have sample C with maximum confidence. So after sampling we should get beginning of sequence A, C, C, and end of sequence. Now after the second denoising step we need to keep 2 masks. So the whole idea is that, so I'll tell you here, step number 4, step 3, step 2, and step 1. At the end of this step, we have to keep 3 masks. At the end of this step, we have to keep 2 masks. At the end of this step, which we have to keep 1 mask, and at the end of the final step, 0 mask. So that's my final thing which will appear on the screen. This is exactly what's happening here. We start with entire all masks, and then we remove the masks one after one during denoising process. I'm just showing you how, what's the logic to be followed for demasking. So now here we have step 3, right? And I have A, C, and C, but I have to keep 2 masks. So which are the 2 masks I will keep? I will keep the 2 masks with the highest, um, or I will keep. So what will I unmask? So I have to keep 2 masks here, right? So I have to unmask one thing. What's the thing I'll unmask? I'll unmask the thing with the highest confidence, right? So either a position 2 or 3, because position 1 has slightly lower confidence. So by default, let's say I unmask this position, which is position number 2. I could have unmasked position 3 also, but let's say I unmask position 2 here. So then the input at the next step is BOS, mask, C, mask, and EOS. I pass it through the entire architecture, I get the logits, and let's say again I sample A, C, and A. At this position we have a confidence of 0.3175. At this we have a confidence of 0.336, and at this we have a confidence of 0.3175. Now here the rule is that we have to unmask, we have to keep one mask, so we have to unmask two. Which are the two I will unmask? Again I'll unmask those ones with the maximum confidence, which are these two. I could have unmasked this also, but by default let's say I unmask this. So I unmask position 1 and I unmask position 2. Then at the last step, I have this input sequence BOS, AC, and only one mask. And then I pass it through the input architecture. I get that the after sampling we have BOS, ACC, and EOS. Um, and this is the logits matrix, right? So at first position I sample A with confidence of 0.3175. At second position I sample C with confidence 0.336. At third position I sample C with confidence 0.336. So here I have to not keep any mask. So I have to unmask everything. So the answer will now this everything will be unmasked. So the answer, final generated sequence is beginning of sequence A, C, C, and end of sequence. That's the sequence which is generated by the diffusion language model now. That's the end of it. We did the denoising, and that's the generated sequence produced by the denoising process. This is what it looks like in action. So here you see we start with all the masks. So if you give a prompt, the prompt along with these masks, along with all the masks, are passed to the input architecture, and wherever there is mask, that's slowly unmasked, right? So here we have 128 steps. So right now I just showed you four steps. For 128 steps we slowly unmask everything one after another, right? So just see how fast the inference happens here compared to the next token prediction, right? So let's play this gif. If it opens, so see everything is masked right now, right? Nothing is unmasked. We have 128 masks here. Now things are slowly getting unmasked here one after the other, right? For some reason there is a weird black white contrast over here, so I can just bring this gif over here and then just refresh it maybe. Yeah, see the masks are being removed one after the other. And it's not auto regressive, which means it's not one token at a time. Tokens masks can be unmasked here, masks can be unmasked at the top also, and everything happens very fast. That's the advantage of diffusion models, right? This is the generation process, or this is the denoising process. This denoising process is again, if you have done the noising process correctly, which means if you have obtained a very low loss in the noising process, denoising is kind of guaranteed to work even in diffusion language models. So even theoretically this is a safe method, but it just, as we'll see, it takes a bit of time to train compared to autoregressive language models. Okay, I hope all of you have understood the denoising process, right? In denoising, what happens is that let's say you have fully trained the model, as we have seen before. Then you start with a sequence of masks. Let's say if you want to predict a certain number of tokens, right? You want to predict a certain number of tokens. All of them will be masked initially. Let's say you want to predict 50 tokens. All of them will be masked. You pass those 50 tokens into the architecture and you slowly go on unmasking the tokens one after the other. That's the whole idea of unmasking. It's a very simple process, but there is just one rule that you unmask those tokens which have the maximum confidence at every unmasking step. You unmask only those tokens which have maximum confidence, and slowly you keep on unmasking one after the other. So this video, or this GIF which Andre Karpathy shared, now if you look at the right hand side, the diffusion, you should have a much better understanding. We start with masks, and what is shown on the right hand side is just unmasking one step at a time. Whereas on the left hand side, this is auto regressive, it's one token at a time. Whereas on the right hand side, it's masked, it's masks getting unmasked one after the other. Okay, now we'll see a summary of the three characteristics of the diffusion language models.